Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Star Series Season 3. We are here with Team Secret and at Finem. It's been quite a long break, but we are finally going to be starting the match. I think there was a little mix-up with the timing on the overlay, but no worries, we're in the game right now. I'm Lysander, going to be joined here by Mike Loris, and we're going to see if Team Secret can stand a chance at qualifying for that second spot. Liquid are shoo-in to win right now, that qualification, but there's one more team that can make it into that playoff. So will it be Team Secret or will Finem ruin their dreams? Let's find out. Mike, we have ourselves a Wisp fan. What do you think Secret's strategy and everything will be coming forward, or Finem strategy, if you have any input on this?
For Finem, they can't get their hands on the IO, which kind of sucks for them, but getting one of these tempo controllers for MNT, Slardar, or Earth Spirit, if you want to go down that route, those types of heroes should be what Finem are really looking to do. Try to abuse MP, try to force Team Secret, who have been picking kind of lax support heroes as far as aggression is concerned. Puppy and Pilot Die have not really been picking your ganking duos. They've been kind of static in the lanes. Finem should know about that. I think if they try to abuse that by just being super aggro with their own supports, then they'll have probably the best chance at really abusing Secret's draft. And that's what Finem kind of like to do anyway, so that's pretty much right up their alley.
Yeah. Definitely agree over there. We have a Lone Druid banned, so I guess Finem have been doing their homework. They don't want to face the MP Lone Druid, but I think if anything, they should definitely keep mid one's Invoker in the back of their minds. Are we letting a Invoker-ish draft go through? Do we really want to play against the Invoker? Because mid one's Invoker just really destroyed Cloud9, and wow, this guy got in. Shadow Demon.
Shadow Demon somehow. This is a hero that, you're going to be happy to first pick, right? Like, the Invoker was, I think, a last pick, or if not a last pick, like a much later pick. So that is something that Team Finem do have to keep themselves aware of, but I'd be more scared of these Shadow Demon setups right now. Luna, a hero that they may want to pick up simply to deny it to Team Secret. We've seen a lot of Lion as kind of a soft counter to the Shadow Demon, but yeah. Luna, Rubik, I mean, this is pretty textbook stuff here from this opening from Finem.
Yeah. Gonna have to snatch up the Luna. You don't want to give away Shadow Demon Luna. It's pretty textbook at this point, like you mentioned. It's a scary combo, and even without the Shadow Demon, Luna has been proving to be a really powerful hero on her own. But if you give her the buffs from Ogre Magi, you give Alacrity buffs, she can be even more absurd in the Death Ball strategies that we do see nowadays. You know, the timing pushes with the Luna, the 5 manning, and closing out the game before 30 minutes. We'll see if Finem can pull through with such a strategy, but I'm kind of sad, you know, that the meta has kind of shifted into that phase where we have these standard few picks at the start, you know, instead of the exploratory kind of segment we have at the start of the patch. You get what I mean?
I think we're maybe going to loop around back there. Like, if you look at Lone Druid, it didn't take teams very long to realize, holy crap, this whole range damage thing on your main guy is pretty strong. Let's ban it. I think probably it's going to get to a point where teams are like, oh, well, we could just do this against that Lone Druid, and then we can win every single game up against the Lone Druid if our plan works out. And then, you know, the Lone Druid becomes a little worse pick. You get heroes that have to be banned instead. It's definitely a lot more exploration that can be done here. But, I mean, these openings, even though they are like kind of similar throughout some of these games, we've been seeing a lot of different early picks. A couple CMs. Team Secret have picked up, I think, Jakiro first phase in one of their previous games that we saw from them. So there's a lot of adaptation still to be had. Ember Spirit, Shadow Demon, not really a great duo together, but certainly some very powerful set of heroes for Team Secret.
Yeah, if anything, Shadow Demon can offer a avenue of escape here for the Ember Spirit if he gets pinned down by targets. Disruption makes the slippery bugger even more difficult to catch. Shadow Demon, I think he's primarily there also because he can disrupt Luna illusions. You know, you pick Luna to block pick that Shadow Demon Luna pairing, but in a sense you open yourself up to getting countered by disruption yourself. So Shadow Demon doesn't need to synergize that well with Team Secret. He just needs to do his job, and I believe it is Paladai's hero. So we'll see if Finem get Ogre. That's the more important thing here, right?
Pretty powerful hero to have with Luna. We already saw the huge movement speed buffs that can definitely turn the tide of a lane. The secret lane, at least versus the Luna on the other end, is still kind of up in the air here. I'm interested to see what Team Secret want to do with the Shadow Demon. They've been picking up a lot of Nyx Assassin for Keizu. It's a hero that does pretty well with the Shadow Demon setup, and that won't be too bad there. You could always go for your classic combos, get a Kunkka on board with the Torrent or something like that. And you can set up some pretty devastating hits on heroes like Luna and Rubik, who really don't last very long once you hit them with that stun combo. So I said earlier, Team Secret have been kind of playing passive support heroes, very just farm-oriented for Puppey and Pylai Die, but this is definitely a chance for them to be a little bit more so on the aggressive side. And I mean, Advenom with the Rubik is not inherently super aggressive either, so maybe the tables will turn a little bit here.
Yeah. I'm surprised at the Enigma ban of all things. Are you surprised, or is this, normal?
I mean, Advenom have a Rubik, so I do think that the overall game plan of Secret, should they pick up an Enigma, is something that Advenom are already somewhat prepared for. That being said, Team Secret have run a good amount of Enigma in the hands of Keizu, and it is just one of those heroes that can turn losing situations into great situations. It is that explosive. It is kind of hard to slow down his farm just because of how he jungles. I think it's something that they're just giving a little bit of respect to Team Secret for. Like, they could handle it, but they just don't want to deal with it.
Definitely. The Enigma, though, it's really odd just seeing his face getting slashed out there. And they banned out Spirit Breaker as well. This one I've seen from Secret. They played it up against, was it Navi? It was a Navi game, right? With Pyket's Juggernaut.
I can't help you with that, dude.
Yeah,
Too many games blend together.
Yeah, I think it was the game where Pyke got the Rampage. It was still really powerful overall. So Finem seemed to know that, these are the heroes that Team Secret might go towards. And I'm actually surprised they didn't pick up a Silencer ban, because of how Team Secret have always favored that hero in general, because it stops any kind of counter initiation, and Puppey really likes that hero, playing it a fair bit for the last few days as well. And they do get Ogre, so GG.
And instead of banning a hero like Ogre Magi, Team Secret really heavily targeting Thug. Just a couple of those heroes that have good matchups versus Ember Spirit. That being said, there are quite a few heroes that have good matchups against Ember Spirit, especially when you have an Ogre Magi roaming around the field. So 2v1ing the Ember Spirit, or even 2v2ing against the Ember Spirit's lane should still get Advenom a pretty decent time. And this is definitely an interesting way to go. Nyx Assassin now for Advenom. Great hero to have up against Darkseer and the Ember Spirit. Most likely to be played by Skylark. Look at all these stun combos from Advenom. It's going to be real tough for this Ember Spirit to slip out. It's going to be real hard for them to get Surge escape value.
Yeah, and the speed at these that these draws come out at really goes to show that both teams are pretty familiar. Like, you pick the Nyx Assassin so quick that, it's almost like it's already scripted. They want to pick that hero. The Darkseer just makes it even look like an even better pick. Makes me feel like the Nyx Assassin was targeted towards that Ember Spirit as well. Very good catch, be able to spike Carapace to start up a stun. So overall, it's pretty good. You could say the Nyx will have issues laning if Team Secret pick up a aggressive carry, but right now it's looking pretty good. Do they fit an Invoker in here for that ganking combination? Okay.
Terribly. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of room for... Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of room for an Invoker at this point. Most likely it's just going to be a mid-Ember off Darkseer, Terrorblade, Shadow Demon, grab another kind of supporty hero for Team Secret, not going to be that Chen, and then just be okay with that. This is... I really like Terrorblade.
Though. Invoker for Finem.
Oh, for Finem.
Yeah, Alacrity is good with Luna as well, right?
Yeah, that is certainly a possibility. I do think they would probably want to have just as much magic damage, as many answers as they can to this Terrorblade. I like OD here for Thug. That one's pretty nice. Queen of Pain is someone that Team Secret will struggle to deal with just mobility wise. I think that's also a reasonable way to go for Thug. Definitely one of his heroes as well. Hmm.
Well, we'll see. Team Secret, they have last support for Puppy. I think this is Puppy's hero.
10 seconds.
Is Silencer really needed here? I don't think so, right?
No. I
5
mean,
seconds remaining.
it's very annoying for Nyx, Ogre, and Rubik, but they can deal with
Okay,
it.
wow. Spirit.
Radiant team pick.
Hmm. That is, I don't think I've seen Secret play this hero a lot, but just in a vacuum, as far as buying a little bit of space for Terrorblade and Ember Spirit to get on board, it is a great hero. You obviously have the Darkseer combos as well with the Ion Shell. Up against softer heroes like Luna and Rubik, there is certainly a lot of value to be had with this Earth Spirit. For Team Secret, they kind of just want to wait for the first 10, 15-ish minutes, get a couple of pickoffs here and there with the Earth Spirit, but it was really in the mid game where they're going to try to hit their stride, and okay, Finem
Wow.
finish with the Sniper. Earth Spirit, Ember Spirit, yeah, they can get on top of Sniper pretty quickly.
All right, that's a pick. I thought this was a Baby Night thing, but apparently not. I do believe Secret have banned the Sniper a couple of times now, so I'm not sure if this is actually uncommon. Let me see if there are any stats in Sniper games.
I mean, I mentioned earlier, like, you're expecting a versus Ember Spirit mid lane, and you don't really have to work that hard to get a good matchup, and Sniper definitely is one of those good matchups with Ogre Magi. You can set up some pretty easy kills. You do have to worry about Earth Spirit a lot in that mid lane, but Ogre Magi can in general keep you safe. Bloodlust on Sniper and Luna sets you up for positions where you can just chip down towers and force Team Secret to come to you. It is definitely a risky pick because of that last pick Earth Spirit from Secret, but I do think it is good enough for Finem.
Yeah, it is definitely unorthodox, but it could work. It's a strong mid laner with the right assistance. There's Ogre Magi as well, and it also opens up a defensive and aggressive sieging opportunity with that Sniper Bloodlust. So I kind of like it. They do lack the frontliners to tank for the Sniper though, so I'm slightly concerned with that. But if you 5-man at the right time, Team Secret might not have the manpower to hold back this push. So we'll see if that's gonna be punished or not. The Sniper pick. There is Ogre to babysit him at the start, so I do believe the lane for him should be pretty easy in the middle because SD and Nurse Spirit, they're okay, but Ogre is where it's at.
It's kind of like a replacement for tanky frontline heroes. They kind of have to rely on Skylark a little bit more. So the more farm Nyx Assassin gets, the faster he gets to those Vendetta levels, the easier it is going to be for Finem to initiate. It is not really incredibly easy for either team to start these engagements. Vendetta is going to be very important for Finem, and on the other side, just having vision is going to be very important for rolling boulder initiation on kind of small scale engagements. If they are able to find those Vendetta hits and kills, then yeah, you could suddenly just pour forward with the Sniper and Luna, and Secret will kind of be on the retreat. Once that happens, Finem should be able to handle those fights fairly easily. But if that doesn't happen, then they are working with Luna Sniper, very heavy physical damage in the mid late game up against a Terrorblade, which is going to be somewhat of a struggle.
Yeah. Well, let's bring back the while you're talking, I searched out this the sniper stat for the game, and guess what? It's actually a 36% win rate of all the matches in this series. So not so sure about the sniper pick, but you never know. The game could work out for them. But one thing that is actually more curious to me is Puppy's Earth Spirit. I don't believe I've seen him play much, maybe once in the past, but this is definitely not a Puppy hero. Yes, that guy is a I can do it all, but does he play Earth Spirit well? We had Neuer to draw reference from in the last series, so this is gonna be some big shoes to fill. even for Puppy. So we have to see. It's a pause right now. Do we have a DC high ping? All right, so high ping is plaguing us for now, but he has to restart the router. So we're gonna have a little bit of time to theory craft. At Finem or Secret, just purely based on draft. What do you think is gonna happen here?
I like Adfinem a little bit more, but I think in general it's fairly even if you just look at the heroes that they have. Secret will have a little bit of I expect them to have a little bit of a slow start, given the heroes that they've selected. They do need to build up items, mechanism on Keizu, Veil, on the Ember Spirit, and just general stat items in Terrorblade, Dragonlance, and whatnot. In that time, Adfinem are going to be running around with an Ogre Magi. Luna really doesn't need that much to get going. So I like how Adfinem have a much higher chance of just getting a snowball started, and it's going to be tough for Secret to come back from there on out. I don't think I've actually seen Puppy ever play Earth Spirit, so or maybe it's just not coming to mind.
Yeah, definitely
It's going to be
not
tough
something you
because
see him playing.
yeah, Adfinem play a ton of Earth Spirit. Like Spartan and MNT's Earth Spirit is both really good.
They're
So they should be
they were the meta
prepared.
abusers back in the day, along with Jarex. But Puppy, he's more of a Chen Enchantress kind of guy.
Those old school 4-position heroes.
Yeah. You don't see Chanti as much anymore, so more Chen than anything. Capturing ancients, pretty good. I still haven't seen a Doom eat an ancient yet, so I'm kind of sad. I have this little checklist for version 7, and a couple of things haven't been fulfilled.
Well, have you seen a Doom at all?
Feels bad,
Could you
man.
could you go to your fancy stat thing and look for any Doom games
Okay,
that have been played?
Let's do that.
Let's see if there's any
Probably gonna
results
come
for
out with an
Doom.
error.
It's gonna crash everything.
Hey, no worry. He has 9 matches and 56% win rate. Will you
That's not
look
bad.
at that?
You could certainly do a lot worse than that. But I mean, I don't really expect teams to pick up Doom, like ever. Maybe if you're going up against, a lot of these kind of mobility heroes like Ember Spirit, who just can't do anything once they're doomed. But teams probably are not going to go ahead and draft something like that. It has to be like an Ember Spirit mid and an anti-mage or something like that top lane for Doom to even be considered for a pick.
Well, the Chinese have run 4-position Doom, and if there is a 4-position Ember Spirit in my games, I think we can squeeze in a Doom, eh? Even then, even if the Doom was picked, I do believe they might actually just tech towards the extra Infernal Blade damage instead of the Devour. I don't know. We'll see.
The Devour seems like a meme build to me. I don't know.
I mean, eating one of them ancients like the Granite Golem would be cool.
Yeah,
Right?
it is potentially very strong, but it does take a long time, and you have to invest into a Doom. Maybe if you're on the Radiant side, you can get like a very easy Doom jungle with this tier 2 pull camp thing, the bottom lane, and then you could kind of abuse that to accelerate. I don't see it happening on the Dire side ever.
Yeah. To think Dire used to be powerful. How times have changed.
I mean, Dire map advantage is used to be like Roshan and Radiant used to have better pulls.
Yeah.
And now the Roshan's
Now
kind
it's
of in the middle.
everything Radiant, right? Except Na'Vi, they see something we don't. They play Dire every game, and it's not because they got relegated to Dire. They pick Dire.
Well, Navi are also, I think, kicked out at this point because of their records. So, maybe you want to look at the results as well.
Hey, no hating. I'm just stating a pattern here.
Hey, I'm just saying too. Like they're picking a lot of Dire. They're also, drawing
winning
and
a lot,
losing quite a
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, well, maybe this is the training wheels. They're just keeping it in check, trying to practice Dire. I'm very afraid to go into showcase mode because that's how it usually crashes the game.
Yeah, they
So-
crashed my game.
That's usually how I entertain myself when the games are down. But mid one is spamming some faces. Madara hits the XD. Has the Dark Moon emote as well. Wow. Blame your boy Skylock. Mid 2. Bad joke. Nice from pro players.
They were having some role battles
Mm-hmm.
in
Apparently
the
mid one
lobby.
was pretty good.
I think Doom was played yesterday in NA.
Doom was played yesterday.
Well,
Okay.
that is NA Doom.
All right. Any
So,
doubts?
hey man,
What are we doing
NA
here?
Dota, we're pioneers over here, okay?
Yeah.
The rest of the world can't handle our trailblazing. They don't understand it.
Yeah. All right. We'll just wait a little bit. See what Madara equals worst. Probably talking about the anime character. These guys big on their anime.
Something that we haven't mentioned yet is the fact that mid one is on the Terrorblade and MP is on the Ember Spirit. Mid one usually goes towards mid.
Yeah.
It is possible we see a
MP
mid lane
was a mid
Terrorblade. It's still
player.
possible we just see swaps because it's still like
True.
1 minute 27, negative minute 27 till the game starts. So
Mm-hmm.
it is possible that we see a little bit of a switcheroo here. But putting a Terrorblade in the mid lane, expecting that sniper matchup, actually not that bad because sniper does work his lane a lot with just headshot and range, lots of physical damage, and 10 armor starting gets quite a bit of value.
Mid one can play in the safe lane because MP used to be a mid player, so
Hmm.
it's very possible that Secret do the old swapperoo. But Skylark is back, so it's time to get hyped. We're gonna start and jump into our games. Yep, there we go. There we go. Fix that Greek internet. Let's hop into match. I thought at Finem guys played on the same, play in the same house. Something.
Uh, Maybe they
Be wrong.
practiced there for
They're
some time.
they're
and
sticking with it. So it's mid one middle, and I mean MP middle and mid one top. So something different, or maybe it's a mid Terrorblade.
You could
no mid
definitely go mid with
mid
either
MP.
of these openings.
Yeah, it's mid MP.
So it's not really going to be a huge surprise for Adfinem if they suddenly see like, oh my god, it's a mid one Terrorblade. He's not in the mid lane because MP, we all know MP played a lot of mid lane in his day, so that shouldn't be much of a surprise. The smoke might be a surprise though. Might run into MNT. They're going the wrong way.
Oh,
Well, they do have Puppy with Ion
camp
Shell.
over the rune. No, they see Madara.
Oh,
They
Luna.
rolled. They missed Puppy. Oops. Alright.
That one, yeah, we're gonna be looking at Puppy's Earth Spirit play very closely. So
And
that's
compared
kind
to
of
Noya.
just gonna be under a microscope because we want to see how well he's gonna do. And
The pings
you're
is a
trying
little
to
bit
hit a
weird
Luna
here,
with that.
yeah. It's a little spiky here as well. Pings are a little
I feel like
weird in this
Adfinem
game.
are always playing with lag.
Mid on. Well, don't you know it?
They can go in again though. Like Earth Spirit with Ion Shell is very difficult to deal with from a Luna and Rubik standpoint.
Alright. So, 100 ping is pretty bad for gaming. It's not the worst.
Back in my day, 200, 300 ping, you just play through it. You couldn't get any better on Battle.net.
Battle.net in 2017.
Well,
Well,
this is fun.
I used to play Garena, not Battle.net. Battle.net was not really helpful for finding Dota games.
Really? Must have been a region thing?
Probably, yeah, because I think I don't know what the reason was, but a lot of people didn't have Battle.net. Oh yeah, because a lot of people here have fake versions
Cracked
of
versions.
Warcraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have the Battle.net. Yeah, that's why. So every one of us
Okay.
just it was all like saved onto a thumb drive, and then we just sent it to one another,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how it spreads. But none of that had Battle.net, so the culture is to just play Garena or have LAN parties, go to LAN cafes. Such is Asia, but good times. Those were the high school days back when Dota 1 was still prevalent.
Yeah, I mean,
You NA
just
guys,
internet
and your Battle.net.
internet cafe culture is definitely in Asia, and it's pretty much non-existent here in America.
Yeah.
Just culture things. I played like one game on Garena, and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? There's no point. I just use BattleNet.
Yeah, but back then we didn't. Back then most games didn't go past 30 minutes because there'll always be levers, especially after First Blood. No one really wanted to try hard for that long, so most of Dota was early game and mid game because no one really got to the end. There was no punishment.
Hey,
There was no reward.
but if someone left, you can swap.
Yeah, you can swap
someone.
your hard carry over, the one that you spent 30 minutes babysitting. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then the person who gets swapped will still be feeling great because they have everything. They're still ready to play, and then your team just gets crapped on because you lost all that time, and yeah, you're kind of screwed from there on out. Those are the good old days where you could random a hero and then just ping any random lane. It might be a dual lane, it might end up like a quad lane. Who cares, man? Just run with it.
Yeah, well, it's a nice memory. I remember I used to cheese with my friend. You know, we'll just do some stupid thing like PA and Pudge, and it will somehow work. You know, and then we'll laugh at how OP it is. But looking back, yeah, we were 2K or 1K. I think before TI1 came around, I was like immensely worse at Dota because, you know, there was no material to study. There was no, like, you know, after TI1, you know, I learned a lot of tricks like warding. The concept of warding came down. You know, wow.
What are these vision things that you're talking about?
What are wards? I mean, when you start Dota, there's so many things to care about. You know, you ignore the non-flashy items. Wards are one of them, non-flashy items. You just want to play. You just want to use spells. You're discovering new heroes. It's
you build like Battle Fury on everybody.
That too. Or you go boots first on everything, and
boots Battle Fury, dude. That's the best build on any hero. Like you're playing Tidehunter, yeah, go boots Battle Fury. Earthshaker, just go for that as well. Are we actually having a real game here? I forgot about this in the background.
Let's not jinx it, Mike. Let's not jinx it.
Alright, well, it looks like the runes were split, even with a little bit of invade from Secret, Skylark Thug, MP Khezu. So, pretty standard bounty rune stuff right there. All eyes will be on Puppey, Pylai, and Khezu in this tri-lane. It's a really awkward tri-lane, actually, because Shadow Demon doesn't actually contribute all that much here. Usually you don't need setup for a Darkseer or Earth Spirit play.
Yeah. Well, for now, MP is going to suffer the wrath of a Ignite spammer. But Spartan with the body blocks could get some damage on the MP. But it's a Bloodlust level 1, so not going to be that Ignite spam that MP was probably going to be prepping for.
Puppey's still just me chilling in this aggressive tri-lane. I'm not even sure if they could stop Madara from farming, honestly. They're going to try, though.
Okay. Where's the roll, Puppey?
Nope.
And they lift him into tower range, take a few shots. Yeah. I thought Puppey was gonna roll in there.
It is. Yeah, it seems like he just wants to manage this pull. It is possible to get those like 4-point surrounds in Dota 2. A lot easier in back in the day in Warcraft Engine, but yeah, I think that's probably the best bet of them getting the kill if they don't have Puppey involved in that. Like Earth Spirit, just with his slow from the rolling boulder, that's what you need to get.
Disruption to start again. Go again. I think this time Puppey goes in. There you go, rolls in, and this is an easier target to pick on. Maybe next time, Puppey will score first blood. So very nice one. So going well for Mr. Papan. How's MP looking in the middle lane?
Interesting EXP spread there. They got level 2 on Pylai, setting up for Soul Catcher, actually. A little bit of implication on that Rubik, and Earth Spirit was still, like, he was level 1, just picks up Bounty Rune to get to level 2. So, yeah, they were giving experience over towards the Shadow Demon and towards that Darkseer in preparation for that play. So, a little bit of min-maxing there, working out pretty well for Secret. And now we'll see what Puppey can do with this haste rune.
Uh-oh. Spartan's in trouble. The Flame Guard has been propped, and I think Spartan is going to fall here. Tries to break the Flame Guard with a Fire Blast, and it's not going to happen. Puppey, 2 successful roams already, so gonna be pretty happy about that. Then they shrine up as well. What better thing could happen?
He will want to try to get a little bit of help for this top lane. I mean, mid 1 is going to have just a fine time up against Skylark, but letting a Nyx Assassin get a free time in this type of environment when Finem need their next assassin to be getting a lot is something that Secret should be keeping an eye on. A quick level 6 and suddenly all your roams are going to be very quickly negated. So if he can make his way up there, that'll be great, but it's just so obvious if he's off both the bottom and mid lane for that long, then you just fall back as an assassin. It's not really too hard to deal with.
Yeah, mid one is trading decently well against his Nyx assassin. It's not too bad. The regeneration on Nyx will offset some of that harassment that mid one is throwing out. Oh, they shouldn't be able to kill him.
Ion
Dara
Shell is
is
a
running
little
out
bit
of
late there on
regen.
Puppy.
Denied.
Oh, what? They got Ember Spirit. So they finally got him. So overall,
Yeah, I mean, you keep this dual lane in this mid lane for long enough against an Ember Spirit who just has really rough matchup. Even 1v1 versus the sniper is something he's going to struggle with. You find MP with 7 CS and Thug with 23. That's no small differential there. And yeah, it is mostly a dual lane because Spartan's camping out in that mid lane, but Ember Spirit under farmed gonna be really, really tough to play with. They're gonna have to use this Terrorblade a lot more actually with this Metamorphosis, try to take down those structures to accelerate the Ember Spirit to kind of smooth that curve over.
yeah. But one thing is letting the Skylark Nyx assassin hit level 6 early as well, because they apply this pressure. They have a trade-off. You know, they pin down the Luna. Luna has to fly out a salve to herself. Means that Nyx assassin will have that vendetta available to him again. But the Soul Catcher harassment is just there. He's gonna throw it out on the Luna, harass her back, knocking her down to about half life. Not too bad.
Puppy has an Invis rune looking at mid. Killing off Thug here is definitely a possibility. They do know
kick
that
him
there's
to
an
the
Ogre
tower?
here too though.
Oh, we're just gonna roll in. Maybe kick him to the tower. No, that's just the stun. So just the old-fashioned way. Ticking down, and now Spartan in danger as well. Without the firepower of the sniper, might not be able to get out there. The Orb of Venom actually ticks down his salve, so I think Puppy's got him. There's a roll. Yeah, Puppy's gonna roll right into him, and there's a kick backwards as well. So right into the loving arms of MP, and another kill here from Puppy's rotation. Clubs down the Ogre.
You achieve harmony.
And even with an Ogre there, like the sniper is just such easy pickings. And wow, mid one solo kills off Skylark.
That is something. you
Impale,
don't see
only
often.
1 point spike Carapace, but yeah, Metamorphosis is definitely a spell. So Secret finding kills pretty much all around the map, and that was a really necessary one as well. They need mid one to be really fat. They need him to get his extra range from the Dragonlance. Need to keep the Snake Assassin down if they can. But hey, a solo kill is probably one of the best case scenarios, and you know, especially killing off Thug, getting MP, full of extra minutes worth of farm. Now he's at level 6, so jumping on Thug is a real possibility. Only 1 point take aim, so MP can see and get on top of Thug very quickly now.
The sniper will need constant supervision now, because the Ember is level 6. You never know who's gonna wrap in from the side. Earth Spirit can just roll in from 1,000 miles away.
That should help.
But Luna has gotten some of the pressure off her and has managed to start farming, building into a Ring of Aquila, and start getting her footing back. Mid one though, I'm still very surprised he got that solo kill with only a level 1 reflection. Probably a trade gone wrong for Skylark. They have an Ogre coming in. But with this raindrop, it's looking pretty impossible. But now they're gonna roll in. The silence is there as well. Nyx Assassin in trouble. They're gonna stun him up mid one. Not there to collect this Nyx Assassin kill. So the Vendetta is gonna be popped here mid one. Has to be careful. There's another Impale. Very, very arrogant here. Farming on his own. Is he gonna dodge the stun? There's the Fire Blast. They're gonna throw out that stun as well. The Mana Burn there. And we'll pick him off. So Skylark does find the kill, but meanwhile they lose a sniper looking to rotate over. In the end, getting banished there by Pylai and surrounded by Puppy, so
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
slammed into the ground.
Oh, and bottom lane, Keizu pulling some shenanigans on the creep wave is narrowly able to escape the clutches of the telekinesis from MNT. Slips out of there with the surge, and he'll be just fine as well. Spartan's still up here, actually. Duke's a roll.
Yeah, this Ogre is dying a lot now. There's disruption, there he is. No soul catcher there from Pylai, but it doesn't matter. Spartan throws out a spike stun. He gets kicked away by Puppy. I don't know if Puppy's Noya level yet, but he has been finding some big kills, or rather, he's been participating in all of them.
he's been where he's needed to be, right? Like that's what it counts as the Earth Spirit. If you are where the action is, you're probably playing a good Earth Spirit, and he's contributing quite a bit, just making sure that the numbers are generally in Secret's favor. Skylark, though, looking at MP.
No rune. So didn't want to reveal himself.
Oh, now he knows that there's a backup spirit. They
Still
might be able to
gonna be a
Vendetta
tough-
Impale him to assassinate
Yeah.
before he can
If
get the Flame
he
Guard
gets
up.
Flame
Seems,
Guard up. You
yeah.
can't go for a hit first. Oh, they're gonna start with shrapnel, definitely. I think, yeah, there's the fire. But there is going to be, wow, that's a lot of damage. Didn't even need the assassinate. Flag was like, oh, nope, cancels it. Shoots Paladin instead. Yeah. Forgot how squishy Ember is.
Once you lose that Flame Guard, then you're kind of just bacon bits. And now Madara and Spartan find Terrorblade.
And the stun
That's
as
an
well.
eclipse skill.
Skylark is everywhere.
Well, yeah, Skylark just bouncing around, taking kills. Although it was mostly just a Lunar rotation based off of level 7. Get Eclipse, max out the Lucent Beams. You're going to be pretty happy. And this is the snowball that I was talking about that can happen from Finem. It's not really, in full effect just yet. But Secret will need to get a lot of these Earth Spirit ganks to go off in order to really start to significantly counter this. Because MP, with his item build, like, he's not really ready to go into a large-scale engagement. Mid-1 and Keizu, both the same exact thing. They need more time, and Finem really don't.
The Darkseer is top net worth though. Or rather, he's a top CS. He's top net worth on the die though. And Rubik showing himself is probably gonna get jumped there by MP. MP jumps forward. There will be a change. The Soul Catcher gets applied on the Rubik. The poor guy gonna get rooted up. He goes for the lift. A Fate Ball on Keizu, but he will not escape death. So mid-1 will be here with his team to claim that tower. And maybe they take 2. The Metamorphosis is fresh. So mid-1 might claim another tower with his team.
Luna and Sniper are also separated, so as far as counter push here from Finem, it's going to go towards 2 towers. We'll probably bring them down fairly low, but shouldn't really be able to take down one or really both. I do feel like Secret can just keep mid-1 in this bottom lane, teleport out with everyone else, and make sure they don't lose any of their structures. Mid-1
Yeah,
just is that
disruption
powerful,
on
especially
the
with Pai's disruption
TD, yeah.
levels.
Level 3 disruption, but this meta ends. But Highlight Die does get some last minute clones out, so they are in meta form. Tug going for the slow here. Skylark could just start with that stun and maybe pick off that Nyx Assassin, but Nyx Assassin goes there with the Spike Carapace, finds the Darkseer. Highlight Die juking in the trees there, but he will buy a little bit of time, but not enough, as they find him, corner him, and they shoot him and leave him out to die. Puppy porting to the top. Doesn't want to give Madara the tower.
He puts a lot of damage into that structure, though. Mid lane didn't really take that much damage, so the Secret do lose a couple of heroes. Darkseer, Shadow Demon, kind of expendable. They're keeping their important heroes alive, though. Mid-1 and MP both. MP recently getting a kill as well on MNT. So, yeah, they're getting a good amount of farm. They will still be under the gun for a little while in this game, but they are starting to get there since Finem haven't really made any big attempts at structures yet. Another Eclipse available. Once Helm of the Dominator comes into play for Madara, then they'll be a little bit more willing to go in and 4 or 5 man down these structures.
11 minutes in, let's take a look at net worth. Slightly favoring Secret here at 1,000, but overall not a big deal. Pylon Died is doing a little bit of dewarding, getting the $100. Well, mid-1 is going Dragonlance, so Secret, you think their game plan would be to end the game early? Or are they okay sitting back and farming along here with Finem?
I think Secret just want to hit this kind of mid-game timing. Once you get this Veil on the Ember Spirit, get Dragonlance on mid-1, get Mechanism on Darkseer. Once they have that, not lose Ember, that's the first thing.
They jump on Skylark, yeah. The Nyx Assassin not gonna get the kill this time around.
And Madara up top.
Oh, there's an Eclipse on Puppy as well. There is a Magnetize. Madara caught out. The Purge is there as well. Perfect play there. Mid-1 gets a nice kill. Madara actually takes down to Puppy on that Magnetize. So I think it's safe to stop hating on Puppy's, or questioning Puppy's Earth Spirit. It's been getting a lot done.
certainly has been everywhere he needed to be. And Finem have been rather separated, not really able to respond to a roaming Earth Spirit in full force. They're still in a decent position, though, because they are getting enough gold. They have the Helm Dominator on the Luna. Sniper's on top of the net worth chart.
Radiant's middle tower
I don't really
is under
feel like he has
attack.
enough items here. Okay, there's the items. Top of the net worth chart has no items, but now he actually has some real items of his own. But Secret are, I think, at the point where they're going to be feeling comfortable taking a fight should Finem want to fight. Like, they have the roll in on the Earth Spirit. They have now, soon will have a large amount of magic damage from MP, which of course will be amplified by the Darkseer, or it will amplify the Darkseer's damage as well. So, yeah, Secret should be ready to defend their structures if they get a good angle on Thug. That's really the big if. They need to make sure that this sniper is pressured.
Yeah, they don't want to be caught in a situation where they get cornered into their base and have their sniper plink away at their towers.
Is under attack.
It's a very common strategy. And again, I think the whole thing stems with AF not having frontliners as much. I mean, Nyx Assassin is a frontliner, but he's not that resilient right now. He has gotten the Midas though, so he might be able to build into bigger items down the road. But that's if they get down the road with less
Dire
mistakes.
structures are fortified.
MP.
Just look at his positioning from Finem. Thug way in the back with MNT even further back to make sure that should Earth Spirit roll in towards Sniper, he'll immediately be reinforced with the lift.
Tower has fallen.
Yeah. MP tries to go for the chains, doesn't latch, and mid one
Radiant's top tower is
keeps on the farm.
What have we here?
Looks like tier 1 will be free for Finem.
blessings upon a loyal
But
warrior.
Secret just chilling for now, not really doing anything. MP not finishing up his veil. They're gonna go for a smoke first and try and get a kill. The converted catapult walking past them, but they do see the Luna, so maybe a nice gank
And
here.
I think she's dead.
Yeah. No, you never know. Oh, the Dara comes in. There's the stun. There's the silence as well. No chance at all. A big kill to get. Terrorblade, meanwhile, gets himself cloned. Will go ham on the tower.
Keeping Luna off the board, making sure she's underfarmed, making sure she's just dead is very important for Secret, because without a Luna, there's a very, very small chance that Finem decide to make any substantial plays. So, I mean, they kill off the Luna, which is great, but they also take the opportunity to kill off a tower, put even more pressure towards the bottom lane and the structures in that general area. So, like, killing off the Luna just pretty much stopped Finem from doing anything for 20, 30 seconds, however long the respawn timer is. It's a really, really big kill to get. They are looking, though, Finem for MP.
Yeah, he has a arcane rune and no spirit behind, but he does have the support of a Darkseer, so not gonna reveal himself. Keep himself off the map. Scare Secret a little bit more.
Still has a little bit more vendetta duration. Could have stunned Keizu out of his TP just to be annoying.
No? Top net worth is.
But Finem are gonna rally around this Luna now. I mean, that's pretty much what you would expect, right? Like, as Finem, if you have Eclipse, you rally around your Luna and you just get ready to slow siege these towers. Really force Secret to make a decision. Do you want to fight this and kind of gamble around rolling into a sniper? Do you just want to try to get some farm elsewhere? Split push with Terrorblade is very, very scary, but he's not in position right now, nor does he have Metamorphosis.
Dire's
So tier
bottom
1
tower
for.
has fallen.
No tier 1 for tier 1.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Shadow Demon though finds gonna partner up with some Terrorblade illusions to clone more illusions. Look at him. He's got a illusion rune. He's just tagging along with Pylai, cloning up some red spirits.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Dialark is on his tail, though. Sees a couple of
But
them.
he has to be careful not to walk into a sentry again. After that last time, he might want to be a bit more cautious.
Well, they
Spartan looking.
have easily taken down the tier 1s. Dragonlance's pick up on the Luna should facilitate a little bit more action towards the tier 2s. If they can get Skylark that Aghanim Scepter, then it'll be, of course, a lot easier moving forward. But this Terrorblade is starting to get fairly scary. And you gotta remember that all these items that Terrorblade...
Already. Dara's Aegis not being made use of for now, but it does look like he's edging towards the top. Trying to look to take this tier 2 tower by force. I think Secret have the firepower to kill him and then the Aegis again. Because again, we don't have a lot of frontliners for this team. So Luna has to play the tanking role. But looks like Secret are just content to just split farming because Terrorblade's starting to get out of hand. The Manta is up, so a lot of illusion farming can happen.
Dire's top tower
Keizu
is
as well.
Once the Sniper and Luna start firing... Oh, Spartan, okay. Well, the Ogre's going to go for a walkabout, and he's just going to get annihilated, so there's that, and they'll quickly clear up the ward. They pretty much waste the Aegis for tier 2, which is okay, but really you would expect a little bit more here. But once Thug and or Madara get set up and start shooting at a tower, it's going to be pretty difficult for Secret to actually get in on that. Like, we saw it in that position when they were sieging the tier 2 just then. Sniper was up in the trees to the north, to the south. Nyx Assassin was burrowed with the Aghanim Scepter. He was ready to intercept and stun, ideally a Terrorblade, should he decide to make a play in. You got to go on so many spread out targets, and Finem do have a lot of effective range now that they do have this Ags on the Nyx, and he's going to have a little bit more once he gets this Ether Lens completed.
Yeah, the Nyx Assassin will be a good high ground defense. The Sniper, very strong for that siege, but also really good for the defense because he spams out the shrapnel, makes it really hard for you to just walk around and just shoots you from a distance with the Bloodlust at the back. Be able to dish out a lot of damage before you can even clear the steps. So Finem, they might be losing grip of the map, but they will be able to hold the line at least, and maybe try and capitalize on Secret's bad movements, bad placements.
The thing is though, like with Terrorblade and Shadow Demon, you'd have so much free tower damage. You just have like inevitability if you're on the side of Team Secret. You know that, okay, in a game state where nothing is happening, where the enemies are bottled up in their base, even if the map's split in half, we could just keep sending these illusions down the lane like this. It's gonna take a long time, granted, but I mean, hell, they're not really in any rush. They're farming elsewhere. They have travels on MP, a huge item to have in this type of game where really not much is happening. You're just trying to be efficient and look for opportunistic pickoffs. Ember Spirit doesn't have a ton of damage right now, but he is able to accelerate a lot because of these travels.
Yeah. Well, now MP gonna start building towards that lightning hammer, or does he maybe go for the Battle Fury again?
Going for mass magic damage is more standard than going for the, I guess,
hybrid
previous patch build. Get the crits and the Battle Fury right now. But, I mean, he has all his base items up right now. Like, these are all the early game, quote-unquote, items for Earth Spirits, at least nowadays. Veil, Blink Dagger, even a little bit optional with the travels. If you... it doesn't really matter, because either way, he's going to be split pushing really quickly. Going for crit and cleave, though, has better late game scaling, and it does seem like we're heading in that direction, so maybe he's going to decide to go for that.
Well, they do have only a small lead despite the higher kills. 2 times the kills. They only have a 3k lead in terms of gold. EXP favors the Radiant actually because of the Aegis and a few other things. Finem are now gonna smoke. The Aegis was not used, but now Luna has managed to buy enough time for a BKB, and that puts most of the secret spells out of commission. Only the Purge will be working on her now. So that Finem can get into a good fight. Whoa. Courier getting sniped by a Wandering Illusion.
200 golds. Probably just vision on that Courier. I would imagine nothing more important. I mean, they have BKBs on Sniper and Luna. If Finem don't push with this, if they decide that, hey, we could probably win a late game and just sit back and farm more, then yeah, they're giving Secret a lot of room around the map to kind of just abuse their position right now. BKB is also up on Terrorblade, and he should be able to get this Eye of Skadi pretty darn quickly. He was like only 1,000-ish above the enemy carries before. Now he's 2k up above the Luna.
Skylark already entrenched in this position, ready to fight this one out. And these long-range initiations, you never know. You might catch someone off guard and start the fight for you. I remember there was a game yesterday where one of the Nyx Assassins just stunned from a really long distance and caught one of the Cloud9 guys out, and they followed up from there. It was more of like a harassment thing and just throwing it out, but the enemy carry walked into it, so counts, still counts.
At least for Secret, if that is going to be the case where a random Impale is thrown out, hits an ally, they have a Shadow Demon. So if it looks bad, just disrupt him. And odds are, like, the person who's going to get hit is someone like a Terrorblade. So yeah, you're probably going to disrupt him anyway, get some really powerful illusions. This is truly some exciting farm gameplay right here. Both teams just scaling up into late. I mean, Sniper's going to be really glad he has this Maelstrom. He obviously got it to soft counter this Terrorblade, clear out his illusions, but yeah, getting some farm acceleration on a Sniper, paralleling the cleave of the Moonglaive on Madara. We'll keep these cores on Adfinem farming.
I think Secret need to make a move. They have their BKBs up already on Terrorblade, but they don't have it on mid one yet. He's building I mean, not mid one, MP. They're building his BKB, but I'm not sure if they want to really wait. They gotta fight again before they lose another objective, because right now Finem slowly just taking farm around the map and getting those core items up. You know, we built this magical Ember Spirit and then we don't fight, and now they all have the BKBs, making it very hard for them to actually use the Ember. The Radiant scans and you know the Secret are there.
And MP's like explosive power with the Veil and Fire Remnant combo, really powerful if the enemies are grouped up generally. Up against Adfinem's team, they are most likely not going to be grouped up. Like, I would be very surprised if the Ember Spirit's able to hit like Madara and Thug and one other, or even just two heroes with that kind of all-in jump-in combo from the Ember Spirit. Like, Adfinem, they have so much effective range, and sooner or later they'll be going for these Hurricane Pikes off of these Dragon Lances, so mobility is probably going to be keeping these carries of Adfinem safe.
Well, looks like Secret are gonna be sitting back and waiting for mid one to get his BKB then. But they will keep pushing it out. Oh, Skylark, they see Skylark. They will latch Sniper as well as the Ogre. But BKBs, like you said, are up. And mid one is running head first into the enemy. The vacuum comes out only onto the Ogre though, but he's blown up because the Luna shreds his own teammate. Somehow Thug shooting himself. Terrorblade standing and delivering, killing off two heroes. There's the Rubik and the Ogre down. Those are big ultimates to throw away though. The silence comes out. Mid one gets hit by an assassinate. Has to be careful. Skylark TPing away. That's a cute little thing. Luna getting punished there by MP. BKB used already, but still cornered in. Not able to TP out. And I think Secret might just go for a Roshan here. There's still a little bit of meta left. Gonna be able to get that damage in. Puppy gets sundered, but it will heal back up. So Secret, a big win for them.
That was Adfinem taking a fight in maybe the worst spot imaginable, where there's nowhere to retreat to. That's what Sniper really wants. He wants to be able to shoot and back up, just stutter step his way back and force Secret to kind of follow him if they want to get the kill. Luna wasted her BKB and her Eclipse on very little. Like, the Eclipse mostly hit onto Keizu and Keizu's illusions. So, you know, Darkseer is going to be more than happy to absorb the Eclipse for the team as far as that is concerned. So Adfinem just getting caught in a really poor position, and now the map is going to start to shrink. Talking about this earlier, like this Terrorblade inevitability, once you get this amount of farm with the Shadow Demon illusions, you're going to lose a lot of map control very quickly if you're not ahead for Adfinem.
There's also the issue of the Luna killing her own teammates. I think the Ogre died so quickly, mainly because Luna's illusion was just going ham on him. Sniper nearly died himself, and his own illusion nearly killed him. So overall, a lot of factors playing into this. And imagine if Luna got disrupted there. I'm not sure if she got disrupted there, but there were a lot of glaze bouncing around on the Radiant side.
I don't think there was a Shadow Demon disruption on the Luna, but if there ever is, like, you could grab some really powerful illusions from that, from the Wall of Replica as well. Really difficult for Adfinem to clear out that number of illusions. Like, glaives are great. Maelstrom into not quite Mjolnir on the Sniper. Like, he'll have it soon enough, I suppose. Will be great as well, but there's just gonna be so many illusions. Terrorblade already can create, like, what, 4 in a flash, and then you have 2 more coming out from the Shadow Demon, more from the wall. It is going to be a mess for Adfinem, and it's going to be bad for the Luna, bad for the Sniper. But imagine being like the Rubik or Ogre Magi. Like, what do you do in that situation? You got to just throw out your spells blindly and hope what you're hitting is real.
And there aren't a lot of nice spells for Rubik to steal too, so. It's,
Maybe he can steal a wall and get a Terrorblade illusion.
yeah.
Stealing wall or stealing disruption for
I think disruption
Rubik
is the
gonna be
best.
pretty
He
important.
could get vacuum is not too bad.
Vacuum doesn't really
Metamorphosis
do
is-
that much.
I mean, it's an AoE team fight spell. It could set up a Ravage with Nyx Assassin.
There is, I guess, that dream. I mean, he has the Blink Dagger. He has the level 2 spell steal. So there's some potential there, but it is very, very hard to execute.
Oh, just gotta get that vacuum first. Wait for Darkseer to use it to farm and then
Is under attack.
grab it. Easy.
Comes the Terrorblade illusions. Free 100 damage onto the tower with pretty much only mana spent. Puppy's even walking around with a gem at this point, so vision from Finem is going to start to shrink, and heroes like Sniper desperately need to have vision around the map to know where it is safe to farm because they are so soft.
Yeah. One.
This is looking bad for Finem.
Got that BKB already. I mean, not mid one. MP, I keep calling it mid one.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Paladai, 8 to lens, so he's gonna be able to do that life saving from afar. And he almost has the Blink Dagger as well, so the reach on this Shadow Demon is even better. He doesn't have to be in the fights at all, just stays all the way back and disrupt only key targets. And Luna, very far out on her own, might need to BKB this. Paladai is there, starts the disruption, Soul Catcher is there, BKB might not bail her out, she has to BKB and he flips. Madara, oh boy, gets 24 bucks for his trouble, kills off 2 illusions. Alright, that's
From just a couple spells being spent by Paladai, I'm not sure if it can possibly get better than that. Like, now you know that Eclipse is down, now you know that the BKB is down. That was 9 seconds as well. It's not a small investment there from the Luna, so, I mean, the doors were already kind of open in favor of Secret, now they're even more so.
Now they
Looks like
lay out
they've
the
taken down all the
carpet.
tier 2s. It's time to shrine up, and there's one down already. Second one pretty easy to take from them as well.
Ooh, DD.
Oh, also
on the-
Paladai has 15 talent cast range, so his
Nice.
effective range is going to be insane.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I wish we'll see the 400 demonic purge one day with Aghanims, but you know, that's gonna take a while to be fulfilled as well on that checklist. I think that will happen
given-
before Doom gets picked though. That's the sad thing about.
Given the pace of this game, it's not an impossibility. Like, Secret are just
Wow,
taking
for
their
once,
sweet time.
You're saying it might happen, so we're gonna get an end game in 5 minutes. Mike did it.
Hey, 40 minutes is a pretty reasonable time for a Dota game, I think. Nice and average length for Dota games. Average-ish.
Well, they're both playing very safe. I felt like Secret could have punished that BKB and Eclipse wastage a little better, but better
Especially
to
with
err on the
the-
safe side. They need those wins. They need a 2-0, like everything today. Every team needs that 2-0. The Aegis is down. Skylark really shouldn't be walking into this. There's gonna be detection for sure. Now Purge. Oh no, a 4-man wall vacuum. That's problems. There's your Nyx Assassin going in with the spikes, but there's your Emperor Spirit as well with the triple right at the entry. Thug gonna stand and deliver because he knows he can't run from this. Puppy kicks him in the face and an ultra kill for MPs. Their follow-up. No, the Luna has TP'd away, but the rest of the team incinerated. Skylark really should be expecting the detection going up first. A real problem here. And at Finem again, the lineup's flaws showing.
They can maybe get away with that if you have a 4-staff on the team, and I don't believe anyone actually does.
Uh-oh. Luna gets kicked, gets stunned. The vacuum misses though as a result of that disruption. But she is gonna have to pop a shrine. Solar crested up.
Radiant's middle
They have to deal with mid. Mid one is going
Chained
to town.
up and a kick and the jump in from it. P going to be killing off the Luna. Thug might be next. The Scotty will be slowing him down. Highlight Eye slows him. The clones will shoot him down. MP casts, but Puppy gonna lose his life. But that's all they're gonna get. Mid one has already destroyed the middle racks. A stolen magnetize there, gonna be failing. Highlight Eye purges from a million range away. And Skylark deploys that ultimate, but to little avail there as there's nothing left to really stun.
Secret
they
took
might
that fight
vacuum
right
that.
after Terrorblade lost his Aegis because it was reclaimed also. So just
Yeah.
in that context, Secret stomped Adfinem decisively with that wall vacuum combo as well for KZU. That was on point. And Adfinem now are one lane of Rax is down. After trying to make a little bit of an aggressive attempt, suddenly, like, all their big farmers, Sniper, Luna, whatever, they're behind the Darkseer, they're behind the Ember Spirit at this point, and by far, they're behind the Terrorblade. 10k lead for Midwan. He's actually, like, almost 6-lud right now.
Yeah, mid one has proven to be a insane middle lane player. But this lane, given the space and time to farm on that safe lane, got 2 solo kills. And 10,000 net worth ahead of everyone else. I mean, once Terrorblade gets a good amount of levels, he just farms the jungle very, very quickly. Because of the illusion spam. And he got illusion runes a couple of times as well. We got Pylai disrupting him to help him out. A lot of things. And killing everyone in the battles is a good thing too. I don't know how they can kill this TV.
The way like a Terrorblade wants to manage his fights, like if we go back to this river area fight that we just saw, is that you have KZU make a giant wall vacuum, and Adfinem right after that, their only option at that point is to retreat, at least up to the high ground. That means Sniper's got to be moving, and that means everyone from Secret's going to be spilling forward. Terrorblade at that point is guaranteed to be in the back of that fight, whereas the Sniper and Luna, they found themselves in the middle of the fight pretty much immediately. So there's very little pressure going towards Midwan. In those type of scenarios, it is going to be much more difficult for him to find those type of engagements when you're pushing up high ground. But I mean, he's so much more farmed that I'm pretty sure even if he is in the middle of the fight, he's probably just going to be killing everyone around him. And he also has Sunder, which I don't think he used last fight.
No need. No need. He was just hitting buildings. But Pylai is picking up a cloak. Going to the Glimmer Cape. There's a Banish. Who's it on? Nope. Just a Luna illusion. Lucky for Luna.
They're just waiting for Roche right now. Secret, they already have a Rax up. They can keep sending these illusions in because it's free, pretty much. But Midwan can tear down Roche in just a couple of seconds. Get a double life on him. Or the Ember Spirit wouldn't be too bad either. And Adfinem are not leaving their base for a very long time.
Hey, look at this, the Shadow Demon illusions breaking through the range racks.
Didn't they nerf illusions?
Wasn't
that in this patch?
They did, but Luna illusions do more because they keep bouncing about the buildings. And there are 2 of them, and Shadow Demon's illusions do almost full damage. Oh, they spike him.
Down Ember Spirit.
They're keeping him there for really long though. He jumps away, he pops that BKB just to stay alive. Can't blame the guy, he has got a really big streak, so dying here would be detrimental to Secret's plans.
And while everyone from Adfinem are trying to kill off an Ember Spirit mid, look at top. We have you know, just balanced Terrorblade things, casually bringing a tower down to 200-ish HP from I think 800. And Roshan's available as well, so there's that.
Illusions were nerfed.
Clearly the frog will never stomp out illusion power.
Yep, unless you make them do completely no damage to buildings. And somehow someone will find some way to make them good.
And mirror images in Warcraft 3 Blade Master do no damage at all. You do that. Oh, they're gonna fight Roche.
Here comes the Nyx Assassin. He goes in with the Burrow, the spike stun, everything. Just gonna be stunning there for quite a long time, but the age is already picked up. Skylark now in a lot of trouble because Mid-1 deploys their BKB. The raid boss takes over Roshan. They GG before the bodies hit the ground. And MP gonna be diving in for that Rubik. Does he get saved by the bell? But this loss was a long time coming, as Secret walked all over Adfinem in game number 1. And now they just need one more game for a safer route to that qualifier spot. Will Team Secret make the playoffs? We're going to game 2 to find out very, very shortly. But any closing words, Mike? Apart from
Adfinem had a point in that game where they had BKB picked up on the Sniper and the Luna, and then they sat back and did nothing. Like, doing that up against a Terrorblade with Shadow Demon combo, it's kind of just asking for trouble.
Yeah, well, The Luna gets a taste of her own medicine when it comes to base destruction, and in the end, Team Secret pulled out a very well coordinated game, safe and disciplined. Took 42 minutes, but it was a stomp, make no mistake. We're gonna go into game 2, Team Secret. We'll play at Finem again in the second game, and if Secret win, they have a good chance of qualifying, or we could get some crazy tiebreakers as Mike wants it. Choice is up to Secret. Do they draft well? Do they play well? After them, can they equalize? Find out next on the next match. I'm Lysander, is Mike Loris. We'll be right back in about 5-10 minutes. Stay with us.